last season, the ups and downs. What was this offseason kind of like as a process? How last year went?
Honestly, the season was over, so it was just really, get back to work ASAP. I didn't really kind of take time off. I instantly went back to work. Back at home, I went to Alabama for a little minute, stayed down there, and just been hitting the ground running since then. I don't think I kind of had a break.
Why was it important to you that Burks came back?
Man, me and Burks came in together. When I got drafted, that was his first year as well, and we've always had that connection I don't think I've had with a coach. And it's so real that you can have a coach that long. It doesn't happen that way.
How would you describe how last season went for you?
Up and down, man, a roller coaster. And great corners can have a roller coaster season. You got to stay that same way the whole season, and that's what I plan to do.
Have you met with Coach Golden, and when you have, what has he outlined for you that he wants you to improve on next season?
Yeah, I have chopped it up with him. I'm actually going to meet with him one-on-one here this week. But during the offseason, we were texting a bunch, just trying to see what I was working on, and he just texted me what he's seen on film, so I just go, and work on that.
When you kind of did some self-assessment, why do you think it was so up and down for you last year?
You have to be confident in your game. Yeah, and I don't think I played with confidence. Yes, I can go out there, and stay hype and everything, but I hate for somebody to catch a ball, and I think it happened too many times. And that's what kind of knock that down. It can't be that way. It has to stay the same, like I said.
With a new DC, does that change the off-season program? Do you guys have to, is there more learning to be done during these periods and stuff like that?
Yeah, I would say so. They're already giving us some of the layout right now. Go home and, do your homework. They're open ears to all questions, so it's not like that. And they're just leaving us to learn it on our own, but most definitely, yeah, we started on some things now.
What's the biggest difference you've seen between the way Al likes running defense and the way we do?
We haven't really gotten, deep into it. First day, like I said, they just gave us the game plan, basically for the weeks coming up. And, we'll get started on it this week.
Cam, you're one of the oldest cornerbacks in the room now.
It's crazy, right?
Out there. What's that like for you, and are you looking forward to taking on the, veteran voice and the leadership role now with you being one of the oldest players in the room?
Yes, I am, man. Can't shy away from that. It's right there for you, for me to take on. So why not lead these guys the right way, be consistent, be vocal, and like I said, go out there and ball, keep everybody, together.
Has becoming a dad helped you kind of harness that voice and what it's like to be a leader?
Yes. Yeah, I say most definitely. That little man has changed me in many ways. I think I've matured where I needed to. And I think a lot of things happen for a reason, so, I'm planning to change that.
You've got teammates that have played under Coach Golden when he was here previously. Did you pick their brain about him and try to learn some stuff?
Just a little bit. Some of the guys, I talked to Cam Sample because he was here. He literally got out of here right before I got drafted, so I didn't get a chance to meet him or anything. But, yeah, man, great coach, man. They said they loved him here, and can't wait to, play for him.
Why do you think y'all figured it out so late in the year and were able to play better those last 5 games?
Like I think everybody's seen, it was kind of simplified. Go out there and just play. Don't have to make all the crazy calls and everything. One person moves, you change the whole dynamic. We just start playing, a lot faster when we just get the call out and, go play. Put man on man like we did before towards the end of the season and, let the D-line work.
A lot of folks have had a lot of things to say about how the defense played, how much of a liability it was last year. What's it like being a vet, hearing all the comments about the defense and kind of what it was like for y'all last year?
Change the narrative. That was last year. Just change the narrative, man. Come out, on fire. We don't come out on fire in September. Change the narrative. Simple as that.
So what was your reaction to keeping AJ and T?
Oh, I love that. I know where you're going. You ain't got it. I love it, man. I think those guys actually deserved it. I don't think anybody, would say they didn't. Those guys put in the work every day. That's my best matchup that I face every year. I have the greatest opportunity, I feel like, out of a lot of people in the league to get to go against, two of the greatest receivers, in the NFL.
What do you feel like you're capable of this year? What do you work for?
Okay, man. I need it all. No fear of failure. And I think that's how I have to play. I was talking to some people, and they were like, where's that fire at that Cam played with? And I think that's what I need to play with, man, that fire under me.
How do you get that back?
Juice. Play with the juice, man. Bring him back. Simple as that. Play with that swagger, man. Not so, tense.
You said being a dad has changed you. How so?
I think just my thought process of thinking a lot. It's not about me anymore. You see a child right there, that's another human that you have to take care of. It's a lot bigger than things now that you would have probably just let go now.
Help is on the way in the draft, so you're going to get some help on defense. How important do you think it is, Cam, for guys you do pick to come in and contribute right away to this defense?
Honestly, I think that's the biggest thing, man. When you get picked in that draft, that's what they expect you to do, come in and, make an impact. For anyone that will be getting drafted for us, we need you. So when you come in, put your head down, go to work, fall right in line. You need any help, we're going to be right there, but it has to be, like clockwork as soon as you come in.
How do y'all play?
Outside of in season, it's really just coaches and then teammates. I'll talk to Trey, Sam when he was here, BJ. Just really just leaning on the vets. And I guess outside of the building, I have D-line coaches that I go to just work and train on moves to keep my repertoire, I guess, expanded so that I'm not predictable. But that's really it right now.
Coach Montgomery was telling us at the Combine about teaching finishing is one of the hardest things to do and learning it because you don't get the reps. You don't really get that truly except in games. How do you try to work on finishing and add to being able to be a better finisher to get that next step for you?
I think it comes with those off-season reps, just literally, whether it be on an actual O-lineman or on a bag, like finishing through the quarterback, whatever it is, whether it be a cone or a bag or the coach, whatever. Make sure you finish with control, low speed, and explode through the quarterback. I think that's one of the pretty underrated, because a lot of D linemen will work on the move and work on top of the rush and just kind of end it there. Throw our hand out and say, okay, we got to the quarterback. But it's a little bit more than that, especially in our division when you got Lamar Jackson and trying to get off the block. That's like 40% of it. You still got to chase him down and get him to the ground. So it's a lot that goes into it, and I think it starts in the early offseason drills, finishing through the entire drill.
When you went back and watched your tape from last year, what did you see in that regard in terms of finishing and maybe you could see opportunities, or how did you view when you watched that part of your game last year?
Most definitely kind of look hesitant, not too confident in knowing that the move is going to work. Even when I did have clean reps, clean wins, it still looked hesitant almost. So most definitely just throwing all that behind and saying this move is going to work and I'm going to get to the quarterback and I'm going to finish through him. So
playing with confidence, is that fair to say that's kind of the biggest thing, or is that over generalizing that?
I mean, if you want to put it into terms, sure, but I'm trying not to cuss, but it's I'm about to say just fuck it and just go. Just get to the quarterback, honestly.
Yeah.
First round picks always have a ton of pressure attached to them. How do you kind of manage that, especially how the first 2 years are going and how you want this year to go? How do you kind of manage all the expectations externally and how you want the season to go?
I mean, everyone can have their expectations, but it's a me versus me season right now. So me versus me right now in the off season, and that's kind of my mindset right now, because I know it's a lot of people talking on the internet, but they're not my coaches. That's why I'm talking to Coach Montgomery and Coach Golden, so that's how I'm operating right now.
How hard is it to have that kind of mindset? I know it's easy to say, but to actually have that out practically, how difficult is that?
It was difficult, but I figured out how to manage it back in college, because once the NFL chatter started talking back in college, that's when I was told, hey, just get off social media and leave that for them. Let them talk and just manage yourself.
I know you have to be ready whenever your number is called, but when it's not getting called a lot, how much better can it be this year when you are in there more often? You can establish a rhythm, work up a ladder, that type of thing. How beneficial is that to know that you're going to be in there at most times?
I mean, it brings a little bit of confidence, but then again, you have to be ready for your opportunity, and you're gonna get your opportunity, whether you get 50 plays a game or you get 10 snaps. So you have to make the most of it. And Coach Sweeney, like I always say, like he always says, and that I brought with me with life, is you got to bloom where you're planted. So wherever you're planted, where you're starting, rotation, bench roll, whatever, you have to be explosive whenever you get into the game.
You looking forward to that though?
I am,
Knowing
yeah.
you're gonna-
Oh, yeah.
Does it feel? I mean, it was 2 years ago that you were going through this draft process. Does it feel like it was that long ago? Or does it feel like
It doesn't. It does fly by. I was talking with BJ about it when I first got here. He was saying, yeah, time flies by, and I didn't believe him, but now I do. I'm going into year 3, so it does move by pretty fast.
6 months post-op. Running now, so that's where I'm at.
Do you expect to be able to participate in training camp?
We'll see what the doctors say. I should be good around that time, and that's the time frame around this injury. So yeah, should be good, depending on what, like I said, what the doctors say.
Everybody's timeline is a little different coming back from injuries like this. How do you feel about where you are in your own personal timeline?
I feel great. I mean, I feel like I'm moving along. They've been with me every step of the way since I've had the injury, so it's been great.
How much work are you going to be doing off the field to get used to whatever role they are asking you to do this year?
Just doing what I usually do, just new playbook. So kind of just do that, study as much as I can each day, so I can eventually know the entire defense. And yeah.
You were not here when Al Golden was here in 2021, obviously. What are you anticipating getting to know about him?
I'm just really just excited just to know him, and in general, I've talked to him a couple times outside of just football, and he seems like a great guy, and I'm excited to work with him.
You said you started running. What's the next hurdle for you in your recovery?
Really just being cleared. I think that's the next thing. I mean, running, and I've been doing everything with just lifting, so I feel like that's a good sign too. When, if I'm lifting and running, so yeah, just getting cleared now.
What's the biggest thing for a first rounder to really feel settled in? Looking back on your experience, like having a defined role, how important is that to being able to kind of get your feet kind of where you needed to be as a rookie?
Yeah, I mean, each year is important. I mean, coming in, regardless if you're first round or draft pick, like, you just have to establish yourself, and yeah, I mean, just hope for the best. But yeah, I'm excited, for this year.
But in just general, not just you, but in general, does it make a transition from college to pro easier if you have a defined role? You know if you're going to start, what exactly what you're going to do for a team. How much easier does that make the transition generally?
Yeah, I mean, it just takes some thinking out of it. You can go in, show up to work every day, and and look forward to doing certain things. So yeah, I feel like that's a good start. Knowing what you're going to do. Coming into a new environment.
What's the thing you wish you knew as a rookie that you know now that would help you so much?
Just remain yourself. Like, don't even try to change up. Just be who you are. Like, everything's go unfold the way it needs to.
What is going to be the biggest key for this defense to improve? Where can it take its biggest steps, and how does it get there?
I would say just coming in, everyone just being dialed in and ready for a new season. Like, last season was in the past, and we're here now, so I feel like it's kind of just focusing on the now and looking forward to that.
Dax, before you got injured, it looked like you were really settling in outside. Do you expect this coming season, when you get back on the field, to stay outside at cornerback, or do you think that they're trying to figure out where the best place to put you is?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Talk to coach about that one, but yeah, whatever they do, I'm gonna do it to the best I can, so to the best of my ability. So.
You've been moving around.
It was great. I mean, I felt like I was performing well, and I had to get over a few hurdles, but I feel like I got over those as time went on, and we're here now.
Hypothetically, moving from outside to nickel, would it be a lot easier than the move you made this time last year?
In a perfect, no, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, hopefully it's a smooth, sailing transition, but you never know how that is, just, moving around. So.
Is that the experience playing kind of inside in college? If you are going to move inside, would that help at all, having played it so much at Michigan?
I would like to say. I mean, it's been a couple of years, but we'll see how it goes. I trust in the coaching and whatever position they have everyone in. I feel like it's going to be for the best, for the entire team.
Is there any part of you that, after moving so many times and seeing the way you were able to play when you finally got a hold of being outside, is there any part of you that says, I'd really like to stay
Yeah, ideally. But coaches have other plans, and sometimes you have to give up yourself, for the overall, team, and so sometimes you can't really control everything, but you do what's best, and you keep one foot in front of the other, and move forward. Yeah, move on. So, yeah.
When you see the field from so many different perspectives, how does that help you?
I mean, it helps me a lot. I mean, just being out there in every position, that helps for sure.
Is it surreal to think that you've played so many spots? Like, if you would have told you coming to the league, you're going to end up playing basically every spot in the secondary. I mean, how crazy to think that you've been everywhere and haven't really settled in one spot yet.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have thought it would be me. Hopefully it was someone else. But, I mean, to be honest, but I'm joking. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's who I am. I'm sacrifice whatever I need to, for whatever the coaches tell me to do. So, yeah, I mean, that's something I can do, and I think that's part of the reason why it's been done. And so yeah.
He's sleeping through the night, so he's a little rock star. Yeah, my girlfriend, she's like totally killing the mom thing, and she takes all the heavy lifting at night. So I'm just blessed to have a really good partner, and she allows me to do everything I need to do. So it's awesome.
Okay, in the offseason, are you a get away from football guy, or are you always taking advantage of every day, every week you can to improve your game?
Yeah, I'm the guy trying to take advantage of every opportunity. I think it's important, especially going to year 3, which is a big year for me. Just trying to outdo what I did last year and continue to produce and become a better football player. So that's what I focus on all offseason, and I'm going to keep doing that the next time we have time off. So I'm excited about this year, though. Seeing all the familiar faces and seeing all my teammates again, and it's been fun.
Okay, so what do you do to try to maximize your talent in the offseason to take your game to another level?
Yeah, I mean, I'm back with the same coach I was with last year. And what's great about this year is like it's kind of like going into year 2 where you're more comfortable, the system, your coach, your teammates. I'm going into my second offseason out there where, I know what to expect. I know the drills. I know what I need to get better at, and that's exactly what we attacked this offseason. And I feel really good. I feel like we attacked this thing like no other. So made a lot of strides, and I'm looking forward to keep getting better.
Is it also different having a better understanding of your role? Because after your rookie year, we anticipated what happened in your second year, what happened, but now that you kind of know what your role is going to be, do you feel different about your standing, so to speak?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always trying to get better. So, I mean, I wouldn't say, I guess comfortable as far as, being in the building. Like, I'm more comfortable being in the building, but I wouldn't say comfortable as far as my role. I'm still trying to push that. I'm still trying to get better. So I'm going to keep on finding ways to do that. And yeah, man, it's great to be back.
You remember draft week.
Yeah.
What was it like for you waiting this week, not knowing where your life would take you when you did get picked?
I just remember being nervous and just trying to find a place. I just want to know where home was going to be. So, yeah, nervous, confused, stressed would be the 3 words I would use for that week.
But here you are now, right? As a guy who had a lot of usage last year. Samaje's back.
Yeah.
That's a nice addition. Maybe another addition in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about this running back room and maybe adding even another body to help take some of the pressure off of you?
Yeah, I think that's great. Bringing in a new body, having Samaje here, who had a really good season for the Bengals when he was here. So it'll be cool working with him and whoever they bring in, and showing the rookie the ropes, just kind of giving him pointers here and there, just like Joe Mixon for me when I came in my rookie year. So yeah, it'll be cool.
How important do you think it is, whoever this team drafts, whatever position, that you guys do get someone who can come in here and help you guys win right away?
Well, I think it's no matter where you draft. I think it's trying to draft guys that can do that right away, whoever you pick at whatever time. So I know the coaches, make all that decision making, and I'm sure they'll make the right decision. So it'll be interesting to see what we pick up, though.
During this early portion of the offseason program, what's maybe like your biggest area of focus, or biggest thing that you're kind of trying to like work on?
For me, it's building a routine. I like getting to my routine right now, so I can kind of build that up going into training camp and this season. So that's my main thing. For other people, it might be. Sorry about that. For other people, it might be getting in the weight room again or whatever that is. But I feel pretty good about where I'm at physically and where I'm at mentally. So for me, it's just building the routine and finding that.
Chase, what's your level of excitement for the jump this offense can take from last year to this year?
Yeah, I mean, we were extremely explosive last year, so it's going to be really cool, especially with the additions. I think we're going to take a huge stride offensively and be able to finish drives and be more efficient and just be better overall.
Do you think the key is consistency, especially at the start of the season?
For sure. I think starting fast is important. I mean, if you look at it last year, if we had a couple of those games back early on, I mean, it would have been a different run for postseason and all that. So it's important to start fast.
What was your reaction to the team signing T and Shamar to their
Awesome.
deals?
Those guys earned it. So they put it all on tape and made themselves undeniable for what they earned. So I'm excited for them and excited for our offense, and we'll see what they're able to do this year.